Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and I wanted to share with you today a special deck which I got recently, and I always loved this deck. I had it on my iPad application, so in electronic version, but obviously it's not the same, and this deck is very hard to get because there were only 1,000 copies of it. This is a 250 out of 1,000, and I got it by chance, obviously, on a Polish sell site, and I just couldn't believe that somebody in Poland is selling it. It comes with this, the cards are huge, by the way, so this is my hand. These are the cards. If I just get like a regular tarot card, so you can see this is like humongous. So this is Star Child Tarot, which is just like 7 by 12. So they're huge. And these are the backs. They obviously quite thin. I think just because if they were thicker, you just would not be able to handle them. So they're very bendy. I don't riffle shuffle them just because if I ever wanted to sell them, they're quite pricey right now, and I don't think they're going to get any cheaper. But these are the backs, and they also unfortunately have quite a lot of gloss, but I think this is because you need to protect the cards when they're quite thin like this. So this is the deck, and the book is huge, and it's hardcover. It's signed by the author, Julie Kucia Watts, and the number of the deck, and it's made like, it looks like an old manuscript. So there's the introduction to this tarot story, which Julia writes from her own perspective. It was really interesting to read why she created this tarot, how she created it, and it's quite an extensive introduction. And then there's a system guide, because this tarot is based on the moon and the moon days, and when the moon is in a certain sign. So we always know that the new moon in Taurus will be when the sun is in Taurus, because obviously new moon is the moon when the moon is conjuncting the sun. So I'm still discovering how she actually combined all the cards. So these are the moon cards, but also she has a few the star signs, obviously, and also the moon weeks, moon phases, and the cross points like winter solstice, summer solstice, and stuff like this. So it's a very kind of interesting approach to tarot. And also the book, it starts with swords, but then, for example, you have a few of the major cards that go with this particular moon phase and moon energy, and then you have some of the cards that go with it also, and so on and so forth. I keep reading it all the time. Obviously it's a big book, so I have received it recently, and I'm in no way have read it all, but I have read a lot of it with the cards that I pulled, and I have to say that it's a very interesting approach. It gives you a lot of information. It comes from quite you know, like I don't want to say new age, because it's not that, but she researched a lot of different cultures and a lot of different ideas that she puts into this deck. And you will see also when I show you the cards how they come from like different worldviews and different cultural backgrounds, and they are very beautiful. So let's just get it like this. You will see them. They're not in order because I keep using them, but so you have the name of every card, which follows the natural like tarot system, and then you have added the moon phase and the star sign, and unfortunately those quite huge copyrights, but what can you do? I wish they weren't there, because I think this makes quite a lot of clumped kind of words in the bottom of the card, but the cards are so huge that, like, hopefully, you know, I stopped minding, I stopped looking. They glossy, as I said, so I'm just going to keep it this way. So this is the Queen of Swords, and these are the backs, like the Egyptian kind of mud feather. Prince of Cups, and each of the cards is extensively described in the book. So for example, the Fool, let's say, we have the cross-quarter day of March. There is some history, and the font is like, you know, to make the book look like an old manuscript as well, like a book of shadow kind of type thing. So she describes a lot of background from different cultures about that day. Then she brings also, she speaks about the image, and then there are other names of the card, symbols that are being used, attributes, and what this card means in a reading. So here, for example, a trusting individual who takes a leap of faith, thinking things will be all good, only to find things are much more complicated than he anticipated, taking a jump into the void or unknown circumstances. And this was obviously the Fool, not the Prince of Cups. I just gave you an example. So this is the vernal equinox, though, similar energy in a way. You have all the symbols kind of that come with tarot archetypes. So the Temperance. And then additionally, if you know astrology, you can add the energy of the cycle. But she describes a lot about these moon cycles in the book. I love this card. How cool is this? So in Europe, we do blow those thistle flowers when they overbloom. And when you blow, you have to blow really kind of strong, so all the little white things flow into the air, and this is when your wish gets fulfilled. So I love this. It's gorgeous. Queen of Coins. So there's a lot of Egyptian, as I said, influence. My favorite Maat card. So the Justice is Maat, but look how powerful, empowered, free is she. She's not that stiff Justice. You know, there are stiff kind of natural laws, but we can be so creative to follow those laws, and just amazing. Love it. The Emperor. Princess of Wands, a bit of an attitude. So she uses princesses for pages, I think, to keep the gender balance. The World cards, how amazing. Stunning. Two of Wands, so cool. There's the little dove in the heart, and it's like a portal card, isn't it? You can really travel through it. Ace of Cups, beautiful. So emotional, kind of emotive with the roses. Moon card, look at that. Really focus. So amazing. And this is the 13th full moon, because we know that in the year there are 13 months or moons. If you follow the moon cycle, there's 13 moons. 5 of Coins, the wishing well, but also asking for help. So, Princess of Cups, there's fertility indicators, bringing hope, maybe messages, a little bit like, that reminds me a little bit of the Knight of Cups, but the Knight of Cups in this deck was much more, I'm a bit kind of surprised with the Knight of Cups, which is the Prince of Cups, because he's so guarded. It's interesting. The Magician, bringing something new into the world. I love this. 6 of Wands. It's interesting because I think she also unfortunately changes the suits. So wands are like swords in many respects, but wands is the season of winter. she connects them to like more inspiration and planting seeds, and swords are more the season of summer, I think, or spring. I have to check. No, the summer is coins, as we can see, season of summer. So this is when everything blossoms, when everything manifests. For some reason, I usually hate when they change the, you know, elemental associations, but for some reason this deck surprised me so many times with the book, but also intuitive readings, because you can draw on so much in these cards. They're so amazing. And yeah, I just don't really fucking mind. But this strength, this is like a time lapse of the sun, sun path. It's called it's not called like this infinity symbol. It's called Anamala. I have to check, but yeah, it was really interesting to read about it. And I like it. It's empowered animal as well, not some tamed little lion. Oh, there's the same symbol of the sun. She uses a lot of sacred sites, so you have the Stonehenge and stuff like this. So Ace of Wands, season of winter, wands for winter. So usually it would be swords for me, but I'll go with this deck. I forgive it. The Hanged One. So she's got also the Lamas, Lunas, the you know, she's got the celebrative days of like pagan days. Five of Swords. It's a bit of the cheating might be going on. Seven of Cups. Reminds me a bit of narcissistic tendencies, but also like, you know, indecision and what to pick, and insecurity or being unsure. Quite amazing, evocative, like the killing of innocence in a way, you know, in your thinking. Four of Cups. Nine of Swords. Four of Wands. So it's also like the Wild West kind of feel to it. Devil. So that's for solstice. I'm sorry. And this is, I don't know, to me, maybe it's devil because the birth was so kind of pushed into, you know, under the carpet and demonized, but also I think this karmic connections and, you know, the genetic kind of bondage that we get born with when we come to this world. I love the High Priest, full moon cycles of Sagittarius. There's all these animals, and he seems to be like, you know, a little bit like Pan God, but not really to the end. But he's definitely versed in music and cares for all the life around him, and also a circuit circle. Prince of Wands, so amazing. How cool. So that would be a Knight of Wands, winter solstice. Something new gets born. And it's like sticking the baby sticking the hand out of the, what is it? It's little bed. Can't remember the word. Princess of Swords, interesting. Ten of Wands, isn't it gorgeous? But again, in winter. No! Six of Coins. This is first quarter moon in Scorpio. This is a little gift. Oh yeah. High Priestess. Very dreamlike. Kind of reminds me a little bit more of the Empress, but maybe that's the also, you know, this kind of being in another reality a little bit, like in this vivid dreaming. The Lovers, I like it. Multicultural, but also can be used for many different couples. So you're not really sure if it's two males, two females, male and a female. A season of Beltane. Three of Coins, very artistic, creative. Nine of Wands. So this is this protection, but also, you know, this child is being sent off with the river and it will survive. So it's like survival in spite of circumstances in a way. Two of Cups, marriage. The sun is cool with all the little planets like sperm fertilizing the female. Wonderful. Definitely a lot of life force. Three of Cups, fates. Then from Norns, they look like Norns. But in general, the feeling of together, you know, like doing something together, like three women, maybe they coloring the threads, and this is sense of community. Eight of Wands. It's interesting. A lot of feathers, but she's writing something. Maybe that will change the, you know, the wheel of history. Four of Coins, it's more like having the full cellar, stability. Two of Swords, quite interesting, like this shamanic kind of vibe to it. Phoenix, scissors, and little shaman woman with the wolf. That's Libra. Princess of Coins. So that's a page, but she's quite aged here. But beautiful nevertheless, with like this apple combining her to Cora, Persephone. Three of Wands. It's like a solar system kind of installation. Ten of Coins looks like a mastery over physical with the Tree of Life. King of Wands, he's a scholar, interested in different cultures, obviously. Judgment, it's very kind of interesting. So there's sacred sites for sure. There's like a pregnant woman with like someone sticking out, different like souls or spirit kind of faces in the sky. Seven of Wands, it's cross-cultural, gift giving, but also, you know, you can play on the did this culture really survive? Well, that's interesting. I've got to read on this one. I haven't really played with this one too much. Eight of Cups, it's very beautiful. Usual association with leaving something behind, but I love the, you know, the race of new dawn. She's heading, or he, towards something new. Ten of Cups, very abundantly with rainbow. Can't get any better. Prince of Swords, quite cruel. King of Cups, very sensual. Five of Wands, just playing. Battle of Minds a little bit. King of Coins is the Osiris or Osiris in his coffin. Interesting. Beautiful colors in this pink. The Empress, doesn't she look more like the High Priestess? And the High Priestess more like the Empress? But there's definitely the moon, she's got her shield, there's a white dove, flowing water, but it's a cycle of Scorpio, so maybe that's why it's so black. A Six of Cups. Eight of Swords is interesting. She's got like an American flag on her face, around like she sees her reality through the lens of the flag. So there's the whole world, like the galaxies and stuff, but she's unfortunately not allowing herself to see it as it is, but she sees it through this lens of her country. Interesting take. Queen of Wands reminds me of Queen of Pentacles. She's full moon in Cancer, so it's interesting. Wheel of Fortune, quite cool. Astrological cycles, all the colors of the rainbow, flowing milk from the breast, mother and child, maybe this changing cycles also of growing up. The Hermit, quite powerful in the red cloak, not some kind of, you know, I'm old and I just need to rest. Four of Swords. Ten of Swords, very kind of brutal, but it looks like an artwork in the museum in a way. So probably depends what you made out of it. Deaf. Oh. And you know, in reality, they're not so bright. I don't know why this camera is making them like so saturated. But it's more kind of like cherry red. I love it. Very shamanic. Cool. 5 of Cups. So Taurus, you know, this is new moon in Taurus. It's happening right now, and I looked at, you know, I looked outside, and it looks like it. You know, all the trees are losing their flower petals because they all blossom. So it's interesting. I'm going to work with this deck and observe the nature a lot. Full moon in Scorpio, Queen of Cups. I love her with the bees. Blossoming apple branch, cauldron of honey. 7 of Swords. Quite interesting, isn't it? And the chakra colored swords. 8 of Coins, the mastery. And the Fool. Definitely going off. 7 of Coins. It's this making of things from your hard work before. And the Star. Full moon cycle of Aquarius, so it's the Nile kind of association. King of Swords, very horn god, full moon in Aries, because yes, that's what she did. Swords is like fire. 6 of Swords, nice colors. That's kind of hopeful, isn't it? 9 of Coins, look at her. She's flowing, and all these children, like this kind of phases of pregnancy, as if she was, you know, this is called too, like divination. If you pull this card and somebody asks you, am I pregnant? Like, well, yes, you are. An Ace of Swords, fire, and Chariot. Full moon cycle in Leo, and this is the lunar and solar paths. So that's what the Chariot on the traditional tarot card also symbolizes. He's got the solar in lunar power. So this deck can be shuffled like I shuffle it from, let me just maybe now pull it out. I shuffle it like this from the top, and it works quite well, no problem, because they're quite thin. And then if you want to just like pull a few cards, I think they look stunning. Okay, hope you liked it. Let me know, and thank you for watching, and speak to you soon. Bye.